Hi everyone, my name is Amanda, and this is my take on how I'd approach the family. Alrighty. Hi everyone, I'm Amanda, and before we dive into what brought you in today, I'd really like to get to know each and every one of you. Mom, why don't we start with you? Your name? Nancy. Nancy, it's nice to meet you. And Nancy, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a nurse. Wow, that is a challenging job, I'm sure. Yeah, on your feet quite a bit. And you've been married to Dad for how long? 20 years. Wow. Okay. And Dad, your name? John. Okay, John. And what do you do for a living, John? Okay. So you're retired? Okay, what do you do in your free time? Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to spend your retirement for sure. Yeah. All right. Now, Nancy and John, you have two children here. Do you have any other children? No? Okay. So, all right. Now, this Nancy is your son, Stephen. Hey, Stephen. Great. And how old are you? 17. So that would make you what? Maybe a junior in high school? Okay. Awesome. What is your favorite subject right now? Math. Seriously? Nope. I'm a little jealous. That it certainly was never my subject, so I'm quite impressed. Do you plan on going to college once you graduate? Great, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's an exciting time to start looking. All right, and then John, we have your daughter here. Yes. Okay, Kristen. It's good to meet you. And Kristen, how old are you? You're 14. When do you turn 15? Oh, great. So in a couple months. Well, then, happy early birthday. And so that would make you, what, a freshman in high school? Okay. Yeah, so you just started high school. It's a big chapter in your life. Okay, great. So, Mom, why don't you tell me a little bit about what brought you in here as a family? So at least that would be my first part, the first segment. And then that's probably when I would dive a little bit into, like I said, why they brought them in and try and then have Kristen open up a little bit about school and try to get an idea of maybe if there's pressure from school, pressure from family, and also try and involve the son a little bit more in terms of how what's going on with him in school and, changes that may have happened since his sister attempted suicide, both in school and in the family. Okay. So the second segment is with the parents start bickering. All right. So John, Nancy, it's, I need you guys just to stop for a minute and sit back. Is this what usually happens when emotions start to get really um and you start to, I should say, emotions start to get high or agitated, or yeah, you start to bicker? Yeah. And 1 to 10, 1 being barely anything or nothing, to 10 saying everything, how much do you think you guys actually heard from each other? What did you actually hear or remember? Yeah, it's like a 3 or 4, right? You probably didn't hear much. Um, so, what I would like you to do is just maybe to take a sit back, and when you guys are ready, let's try this again. But this time, John, let's let Nancy start. Give her an opportunity to say what she needs to say, and then we'll come back to you, and you can respond. Okay? So Nancy, why don't you go first whenever you're ready? So, to be honest, Okay. So, sorry, to be honest, in terms of the parents bickering, I think that as much as I just kind of jumped right in there at this point, I probably would sit back and watch for a little bit. And kind of see, one, maybe do they have opportunity? Are they able to kind of figure it out themselves? Are they able to get themselves out of it? How do they both react? Does one person get really angry? Does one person get defensive? At least so I can get a little bit of information in terms of what's happening when they're bickering. Sorry, so that I can eventually kind of respond and help them. Like I can intervene in the future and help them kind of maybe understand what emotions they're feeling or what's going on to kind of trigger this bickering response. So then the third segment is homework, and I guess the finish. So all right. Well, I think this was a great session. Today it was mostly just kind of gathering some information, getting to know one of each other, determining our goals. And so one thing that I really truly think came out of today is your ability to communicate and support one another. You all have really busy lives, and that's great. But at the same token, there's also a lot going on in the family, and it doesn't seem like you have a lot of time to support one another. So, what I'm going to recommend that you do over the next week before we see each other is just to take some opportunity to make time to be with each other. Well, maybe it's around the dinner table. You need to give yourself an extra 5-10 minutes to sit down and actually have a family conversation. But if you don't make, you need to, sorry, I'm recommending that you make some time just to start having conversations, because as we continue these sessions and as we get more, I give you some homework and some exercises to try at home, I want you guys to already be in the habit of establishing time to sit down and spend some time together. And then hopefully, eventually this time will not be surrounded by homework and exercises, more just about support and communication and sharing your lives together. So is that something you guys feel like you could reasonably do, is maybe put 2, maybe 3 nights aside where you spend a good quality amount of time around the table for dinner? Yeah, that's awesome. Great. So why don't you, and if, breakfast, dinner, whatever works for you guys, but why don't you guys get back to me and we'll start with that next session and let me know how that went. All right. So thanks so much, guys.